Good day, people. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So, as we start by looking at the Forex Factory for the upcoming week news, right? So, without wasting time, let's look at Monday. So on Monday, there's nothing. On Tuesday, Australian dollar is the trade the cash rate, the monetary policy, and yeah, on Monday there's just the Australian dollar rate. On 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 Wednesday. On Wednesday, there's CPI on the US dollar. And yeah, it's gonna be bad. Anyways, but it's only the US dollar, right? And US dollar it really affects a lot of things, right? So you need to be careful on Wednesday. On Thursday there's the inflation expectation from the the New Zealand dollar. Sorry, the New Zealand dollar. In the US dollar there's PPI. In the GBP there's nothing. Okay, on Friday, you can just say there's nothing. But usually on Friday, there's just news that just some random headlines, right? Some high volume news that just pushes the market. This DXY. So this is the weekly time frame, right? So you see this candle. This was the whole price section of last week. So price opened, it had it had some volume, but then it eventually continued with the trend, right? With the midterm trend that's going down. So there was more sales, by the way, more sales because it's a red candle, red for sales, blue for buyers, right? Let's go into the daily time frame. What happened on Friday? On Friday there was sales. As you can see, the bearish candle heading to this support zone. Why this support zone, right? As you can see, so many activity happened here, so many volume on this area. You can say whatever you wanna say. You can whereas adjust it or whatever you wanna do to it. But I would like to say price is coming down to this support zone. Is it going to break this support zone? I don't even know. Is it going to keep going up? I'm not even sure. But what I would want you to say is what I would want you to know is you can see price bounced from this you can just say neckline, you can just say it's a resistance zone. It was a it was a break in the retest. Now it's continuing the trend. Whatever you want to say about this. So yeah, that's what's happening. So I'm going to be expecting more sales, right? And is it going to break this support zone? I'm not even sure. But if it breaks this support zone, it means we are going to be selling for a long time. I'm going to be expecting this support zone to be the place that I will be expecting price to reach before I make another decision, right? For example, it's if it's a buy or it's a continuation on the sale. I don't want to be ambitious about this. We'll just make a decision if price goes to this support zone, right? So more sales next week. More sales next week. As you can see, price was just going sideways on this whole week, right? People took losses, people took big wins, but it was sales. And if price opens on Monday, right, I'm going to be expecting price to just retest this support, I mean this resistance, and then goes down there. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna be expecting more sales, and I'll be making another decision. If it breaks this support zone, right? Breaks, retests, and then continue with the trend. And this the breaking, the retest, and then the continuation with the trend. DXY. DXY this is the whole price section of last week. So what happened last week? Price had so much volume and even tried to break this resistance zone, but it failed. As you can see, this big wick, this body in this candle color, price was reduced to to this price level, right? So sellers were more dominant last week. Let's go to the daily time frame. So why did I choose this zone? Because you can see so many activity that emerge from this zone, right? So what am I even expecting like next week, right? I'm gonna be expecting more sales until price reaches um this zone, right? And if some more price just continues going up, right? I'm gonna be expecting price to break the test and then continue going up due to the whole America buying the yen, rescuing the yen kind of thing. So I'm going to be expecting more buys than sales, but we'll see. If price breaks this, that's when I'll be convinced to do more sales or more buys, depending with the pair, right? That I'll be trading. If I'm gonna be trading this index, which I don't, and if I was someone who trade this, I was going to be on the sell side this whole week. I mean, this following week, I'm going to be on more sales. So 60% of my decisions is gonna be sales on this. And if it's a negatively correlated, I'm going to be buying things like CAD JPY, NZD JPY. I'm going to be buying, right? Because I'm expecting more sales, isn't it? As you can see, this was a failure. The high time frame, it also failed. So I'm gonna be expecting price to reach this zone. Um, what else? There's nothing else. BTC USD. So BTC USD is okay. So on the weekly time frame, price is going up. As you can see, the candle of last week. Let's go on the daily time frame. Um, price broke this with an engulfing broke this resistance, and it looks like it's going up because the DXY is going down, so this needs to go up, right? The correlations, this is in anyways, and on the 4 hour time frame, right? As I said last week, price was around here. I said, yeah, this was on Sunday. As you can see, the date is down here. So price was down here, and I told you that I'm going to be making buys only. Buys only. I'm going to be buying this. And then price, after doing all this retesting and etc, right? Price broke the resistance zone, retested this with this candle, this engulfing candle, and then it kept going up, right? So what am I even expecting this week? I'm gonna be expecting more buys. If price comes on Monday and it tests this resistance, and then I'll be expecting more buys on buys. And if by any chance, right, price price fail fail to make a buy, right, doesn't give me the necessary conditions, right, to make a buy, I'm going to be to be waiting, right, sit on my hands and expect price to break this support, retest it, and then continue with the sale up to this zone, up to this zone. Those are all my thesis. As long as price is here, I'm not going to make any decision. So on gold, if you still recall what I said last week, right? Last week I said price was here, then it opened with a gap. Let me do this. Price opened with a gap, then I had to let it go because I was actually expecting price to know, because price was around here, right? Then I was expecting price to come retest, and then I was expecting price to come here, and I was expecting to take a trade on Monday or Tuesday here, right? But it opened with a gap, then I let it go, right? Price came down, retested this zone. If it had broken this support zone, right, I was going to take a sell. As you can see, this is right. This arrow, this is my thesis, this arrow. But it didn't, right? It just went up, right? And when it went up, right? Since I say that I'm not going to take anything, because as you can see, all this noise, right? I just like let me see to my hands. So, anyways, on so when price broke this existing zone, right? I took a position here for something like a 1 to 3. It was a 1 to 3 position. Um, I say 1 to 3. I think that was a 1 to 3. I don't know. Anyways, because I don't really count on my trades. Like I made a win. Why? Nah, I just take a trade, and then end of month or end of week, right? I do some auditing. So, anyways, I took a position here, and then it went according to the thesis that we had made, right? Anyways, so on the 4 hour time frame, price went above and beyond what it said, which is um which is amazing, right? I am sure if you'd followed this, you made a lot of money, right? So what am I expecting next week? Price, since it has been like just going up, right? With no major pullbacks, I'm expecting something like this. I wouldn't really like consider this. Okay, this let's delete this. This delete. So I'm going to be expecting price to come back to this resistance or this. Let me just say this. This is like my this like the second priority zone that I'm going to be looking at, right? For price to come and retest, then it continues with the trend because I'm going to be expecting more sales on the DXY. So this I'm going to be expecting more buys on gold. So, anyways, what if this fails, right? I'm going to be expecting if price fails to come to this support zone, I'm going to be expecting price to be here on this support zone. This support zone. Why? Is you can see so many activities on this zone, right? So I'm going to be expecting this zone to be the one that is going to be retested, right? Then price keeps going up, right? Price should just keep going up after testing this or this. And on my contingent plan, right? On my contingent plan, I'm going to be expecting price as long as price is here, I'm not going to take anything. And if price break this support zone, I'm going to be expecting price to to break, retest, and then continue with the trend. So those are three keys of mine, right? This is the first and this is the second. But I'm more into this, like price to do a real pullback and then it continues with the trend. Or this and then it continues with the trend. As long as price is here, is between 4,120 and 4,025. This area, I'm not going to take anything. But if price is here, I'm going to sell. Price is here, I'm going to buy. Because I'm expecting a weaker DXY. So that was all about it. Right. And if you have any suggestions or anything that you would want from me, you can comment and then you can tell me. I will do an analysis on your page